Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Got to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. The Most High, the Heavenly Father. His Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah, not Abba, not Yahuwah. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ. Not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua, not Yahusha. It's Yahweh Shai. So you got to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rikah, Kodash. Dub honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, Rutgers chapter 9. In a sincere salutation to all the Akim, pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Akwath who are listening and learning. Ye few sisters who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah from GMS Orlando Camp, coming at you another less than true facts, faith, and edification. Another day of edification, Lord wants to be edifying. So, I don't know what I'm titled the lesson just yet. But I had put an article in the chat yesterday. I saw this yesterday. And this is that division in Babylon the Great, man. So the article said, for some reason, it won't let me go to it. Okay, I got it. So I saw this yesterday and I put it in the chat. And this is beautiful. Now, as we already know, these nations are separated. Babylon the Great. And even though this is the beast system, EU, NATO, and America is this beast system, they are divided. As the scriptures prove that they're going to be divided. I'm going to get a few precepts, Lord willing. So this article reads, NATO takes control from U.S. of air defenses in Poland, crucial to supporting Ukraine days before Trump takes office. NATO takes control from U.S. of air defenses in Poland, crucial to supporting Ukraine days before Trump takes office. It reads, surface-to-air missile launches of Patriot system of 37th Air Defense Missile Squadron from the 3rd Warsaw Air Defense Missiles Brigade stand during a demonstration training of the IOC, which is International Operational Capability of the Anti-Aircraft and Anti-Missile System, and its integration into the IBCS command system on December 18, 2024. So it said NATO had taken over air defense in Poland from the U.S. just days before the inauguration of President-elect Donald Trump. According to a NATO spokesman, with questions looming about the incoming administration's approach to the alliance and to Ukraine, NATO assumed command and control from the U.S. on Thursday, said Colonel Martin O'Donnell, and with help to safeguard logistics nodes in Poland that are needed to continue developing aid crucial to Ukraine's war effort against Russia. The move is part of a broader effort that has been in the works for months to shift the burden of helping Ukraine from the U.S. to European countries. They say they're shifting the burden of helping Ukraine from U.S. to European countries amid questions over whether U.S. support will continue under the Trump administration. See, they don't trust Trump. NATO allies have been bracing for U.S. support for Ukraine to shrink over the next year. Trump has questioned the value of aid to Ukraine and the U.S. commitment to NATO. See, this is called division right here. And while he has said he wants to end the war, he has not yet weighed in on whether his administration will continue providing military assistance to Ukraine. Even though he's just a puppet, but the point I want to make is they're showing the division in these nations. Should have phoned that guy. I had to turn around. The sun that came out. Ahead of imminent transfer of power, the U.S. has worked to transition aid to Ukraine from a U.S.-led effort to a NATO-led mechanism, in part to Trump-proof the assistance, CNN has reported. That work is ongoing with NATO, shouldering more and more responsibility every day, said O'Donnell, a spokesman for NATO's Supreme Headquarters, Allied Powers Europe. The Biden administration has tried to leave Ukraine in the strongest possible position as it prepares for the incoming Trump administration. Because they feel like he finna just, but he's controlled. He can't do nothing, man. They say both on the battlefield and in the event of negotiations. On Thursday, the U.S. announced another $500 million military aid package for Ukraine, the final expected package from the ongoing leadership. The final expected package from the ongoing leadership. Over the past months, NATO has slowly begun taking over responsibility from the U.S. effort to assist Ukraine, known as Security Assistance Group Ukraine, SAGU, which handled the flow of Western weapons and equipment to Kyiv, a curve. Air defense in Poland, now under the command of NATO, are a key part of protecting the logistics hubs that enable the flow of those weapons. Another critical element in aid to Ukraine has been a U.S.-led Ukraine Defense Contact Group, a meeting of approximately 50 countries that have supported Ukraine with weapons and equipment. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin led the Biden administration's last meeting of the UDCG at Ramstein Air Base in Germany on Thursday, challenging the other countries to keep the forum alive. It is not yet clear whether the Trump administration will continue to chair the forum or whether a European country will have to take over. We must not stop now, Austin said at a news conference on Thursday. The coalition to support Ukraine must not flinch. It must not falter, and it must not fail. So, I got this article too. I want to read this. Show you, man. And as Elder Yashua did in his lesson, these Edomites finding out that Trump can't be trusted, man. Because he done shifted. Because he wasn't with the N1B1 visa. But now he is. Elon Musk came over here on that same H1B1 visa bill, man. Now he's a billion, half a trillionaire. So, or half a billionaire, I think it is. One of the two. So, this is where the sedition gonna come from, man. This is another article. I did a lesson on this. This came out, what was it, December, I think it is. It said NATO secretary warns of imminent war, calls Europe for urgent defense preparations against Russia. And these are all Edomites, man. The Russians are Edomites as well. So, it say NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte has issued a sharp warning about the growing threats of war, urging NATO member nations to prepare for emergencies and significantly increased defense spending, with rising tensions, particularly with Russia. Root emphasizes the urgency of shifting to a wartime mindset. This is what happening, man. The Lord said in Joel 3, beat your plowshares and the swords and your pruning hooks and the spears, man. The Lord, hey, Yahweh Shema Shah want everybody to be in the wartime mindset, man. He's saying this is fire. I did a lesson on this. This came out. Let me see. I did a lesson on this. I know it was December something. It don't show. But December the 15th, 2024. That's when this came out. It's a video. It's a hey, when Putin took back Kremlin, man. Crimea. He mentioned it in the video because Putin took Crimea back, man. And this was gonna happen in Ukraine. Same thing gonna happen, man. So before it's all over, yeah, it's gonna be showdown, man. Because Putin took Crimea back, man. So it says, Root emphasizes, Root, how you pronounce his name, emphasize the urgency of shifting to a wartime mindset. And then the Lord say in Isaiah 42:13 that he gonna stir up jealousy like a man of war, man. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, men of war. That's the Exodus 15:3. So how you think what you think the Lord gonna do, man? Again, this is fire. Root emphasizes the urgency of shifting to a wartime mindset and bolstering defense capabilities. In his call for action, he highlighted the strategic vulnerabilities of nations like the Netherlands, which is seen as a potential target due to its logistical importance. It is the world heading towards conflict. Is the world heading towards conflict? Yes, it is. It's a Root's dire warning and the future of NATO security strategy. Yeah, man. They got hashtag defense spending, hashtag war preparations, hashtag global security, hashtag Russia threat, hashtag military readiness, hashtag emergency preparedness, hashtag security concerns, hashtag NATO strategy, hashtag defense boost, hashtag geopolitics, hashtag war on the horizon, hashtag NATO allies. Hey, but these people, hey, they don't know if Trump gonna be with it, man. But to show you, this is what sedition gonna come from. He might be the one to bring that sedition, man. Cause this nigga is, now he for the H1N1, man, the H1B1. And that's causing people to look at this man's actions, man. This causes people to look at his actions. This is sedition, man. Because he's taken away from the American people. Look, first NATO member that could join BRICS. Ooh, Turkey unnerves neighbors with massive. Hold on, let's click on this. In the news. Let's see what this say. Kala Yahweh Shema Shah. So this is from the, what is this? Asian Times. The Asian Times. Oh, Eurasian Times. Okay. EurasianTimes.com. First NATO member that could join BRICS. Turkey unnerves neighbors with massive Mavi Vanta drills. So who is this? Say as 2025 begins, Turkey has launched its most assertive naval demonstrations yet. The Mavi Vantan, or Blue Homeland exercise, running from January 7th to 16th. This massive military display, spanning 3 strategic seas, the Aegean, the Mediterranean, and the Black Sea, showcases Ankara's growing maritime power and regional ambitions. On January the 9th, the exercise will feature a distinguished guest day where senior Turkish officials are expected to observe drills near Askza, Hatay key naval base. This base is posed to play a pivotal role in Turkey's maritime ambitions in the Eastern Mediterranean. The scale of the exercise reflects Turkey's expanding naval capabilities. According to the Turkish Ministry of Defense, the exercise will involve 87 surface vessels, 7 submarines, 7 unmanned naval vessels, 31 aircrafts, 17 helicopters, and 28 unmanned aerial vehicles. Yeah, man. So, again, first NATO member that could join BRICS, Turkey. Hey, that's prophecy, right? Ezekiel 38, man. Turkey, one of those nations. Let me read it. Let me read it. Israeli officials warn. Israeli officials, this is New Arab news channel. Israeli officials warn off Egypt's military activity in Sinai. Man, this is getting real, man. So, this deal. The 4 new BRICS nations in 2025 in 2 minutes. Let's see who they is. Trump hints at military moves in Middle East and Americas. We know. That's according to prophecy. Let's see who these new BRICS 4 members is. See what they say. See if it'll come up here. Let me turn my car around because it's heat, man. I don't need my phone getting hot. Come on now, it's gonna come up. Yeah, man, so war is going on, man. The Lord is causing division in these nations. Okay, here we go. Let me turn around real quick. The Lord causing division, man. And it's beautiful. Because this is what we waiting on. The kingdom of heaven comes after destruction, man. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man's kingdom got to go down, man. And this is how it's going down, man. Through World War III, through destruction. So let me get some of these precepts. First, I want to read this article. It reads, the 4 new BRICS nations in 2025 in 2 minutes. Also, they got here, is de-dollarization closer than ever? New BRICS nations announced as the fastest growing geopolitical bloc embarks on BRICS expansion. So it's a 4 new nations will join the Brazil, Russian, Indian, China, and South Africa alliance of BRICS in 2025. And their impact could, which is reshape geopolitics and global economy. Here are the 4 new BRICS nations in 2025 in 2 minutes. So we got, first we've got Iran, which is all about breaking away from Western influence. It says, with one of the largest oil reserves and a strategic location, Iran brings geopolitical leverage to the table. So it say Putin announces Iran has become a fully fledged member of the BRICS. New BRICS nation number 2, Ethiopia. Ethiopia, one of Africa's fastest growing economies, bringing unique perspective to BRICS. With strong ties to agriculture, manufacturing, and strategic positioning in the Horn of Africa, Ethiopia represents Africa's growing influence on the global stage. It's a big win for the geopolitical group as they diversify their membership and build stronger ties with the continent. New BRICS nation number 3, UAE, United Arab Emirates. The most surprising new nation, number 4, Argentina. See? So, I did a lesson the other day. It said now, BRICS has 41% population. 41% population, man. Now BRICS is the fastest growing economic system as a group. Now, when you go back to Daniel, this is Daniel's 2. Let's start at 36. It reads, "This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Thou, O king, art the king of kings, for the God of heaven have given thee a kingdom, power and strength and glory. And whatsoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven, have he given into thine hand, and have made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold," which is Nebuchadnezzar, right? Babylon. After thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee. That's the Medes and the Persians. And that breakdown is in Daniel 8. Tell the he-goat and the ram goat, right? That ram goat was the Medes and the Persians, the ram that had the 2 horns. And another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth. This is the Greek Empire in Daniel 8, right? It was the ram with the 2 horns, and then the goat, the he-goat that came, right? And it said the he-goat had 4 heads. That was, first off, it started with Alexander the Great, and then the 4 heads was his 4 generals that came after him. And after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, the Medes and the Persians, and a third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth, the Greek Empire. And the 4th kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdue all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise. So the same way the so-called white man, this 4th kingdom destroyed all the other kingdom before it, the Lord gonna do the same to it, man. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of iron, for as much as thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay. So this Roman Empire, right? Then you had all these nations that joined to Rome. Rome conquered, it said they conquered, they subdued, right? Well, where we at now? It say, whereas thou sawest the feet and toes. And that's where we at now. We at the feet and toes of this last empire, which is the revived Roman Empire. And whereas thou sawest the feet and the toes, part of potter's clay, and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay. The iron is the revived Roman Empire. The clay is the other nations. So the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. See? That's this Edomite, that Romans 13, when you read about this system, you see the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns is the Edomite system. Because this 4th beast is the Romans, it's the Edomites, William Beecham wrote a book called The Roman Empire, the Empire of the Edomites. This is the fourth kingdom. So in Revelation 13, it say, I saw a beast come up out of the sea with 7 heads and 10 horns. It's the Edomite system. It reads, and as the toes, as Daniel 2:42, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron, the Roman Empire, and part of clay, that's the other nations, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men. Who is they going to mingle themselves? The Edomites. It said they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron not mixed with miry clay. And it show you that the Lord got it with a so-called white man dominated the earth and made all the other allies and made all the other nations join to them, right? He's the one that controlled everything. The earth was given to the hand of the wicked. But it's division. And even in the house of the Edomites, there's a division. Show you how cold the Lord is. Because this don't just applies to the Edomites having all the heathen nations with them, and there's a division. In the house of Esau is a division, man. When you read about what happened with Daniel's 11, right? It goes into the wars with this guy Darius, right? And these other kings. It goes into Ptolemy and Antiochus, right? But when they wipe out this guy Darius, when they wipe this guy out, right? It's about that war was going into Edomites, man. Just like here, when you go to in Daniel 7, right? Now it reads this. It's Daniel 7:20. Read 19. Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all the others, exceedingly dreadful, the Roman Empire, right? Whose teeth were of iron, and his nails of brass, which devour, break in pieces, and stamp the residue with his feet. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had eyes, and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. So it say, and of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came out, and before whom 3 fell. The 3 was these wars, these French, Spanish, and British Revolution wars in America. It say, and the horn that plucked up the 3 is the 8th, right? Let's get the precept to this in Revelation 17:10, right? It reads, and there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was, and is not, even he is the 8th. He is the 8th, and is of the 7th, and go into perdition. This that precept to Daniel 7. Because remember, with 10 horns, 3 was plucked up, and 1 came up. Right? The 1 came up made it 8 horns. Because 3 was plucked up. But that 8th horn that plucked up the 3, it came out of one of the 3, which was the Great Britain, which was British. So this is why I say right here, in the beast that was, Revelation 17:11, and the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th and is of the 7th, and goeth into perdition, which is the Edomite system. That's the Revelation 13, right? Revelation 13:1, and I stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy. See, this is the Edomite system. Now, I just want to make that point and go back to this. Mark 3:23. And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end. Their system is broken. Look what happened with the 4 generals of Alexander the Great, man. They was fighting against each other, man. Isaiah 19:2. Read 1. Because this happened in ancient Egypt as well. Isaiah 19:1. The burden of Egypt. America is the modern day Egypt. Behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud. And you can prove that America is ancient Egypt in Revelations 11:8. Egypt was the greatest province of its time. America was the greatest province of this time. It was. Just like Egypt was. The burden of Egypt. Behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence. Just like in Exodus 12:12, which I'm going to read. And the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And to prove to you, this ain't talking about ancient Egypt. Verse 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. The Egyptians want to fight against each other. There's no history. There's nothing in the Bible when the Egyptians was fighting amongst themselves. This is talking about the modern day Egyptians, the Edomites, the so-called white man. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. This is Luke 11:17. But he knowing their thoughts, and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and a house divided against a house falleth. So when you read Revelation 13, it says on the land, on this land, right? Let's go back to this. Revelation 13:2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, which was the beginning rulership of the so-called white man, the Greeks. And his feet were as the feet of a bear. That's the bottom, that's the end of them. Which is going to be the Russians that's going to destroy America. And his mouth, well, the Lord going to use the Russians to destroy this whole Edomite system, period. The Lord going to use the Russians to destroy, to weaken, down to the knees. That's why I tell you what that Job, it said, let me get this real quick. You got to come back to that Revelation. Was that Job 18? Shall strength and hunger bring, it shall bring him to his feet. Let me find it real quick. Where is it? Let me read some of this. Right. Job 18:7. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. See, that's another one. That's what happened. The Edomite system is always Edomites on Edomites, right? These wars that America had with Germany, right? With all these wars, it's all Edomites, man. Which elite set it up, man. All this is Edomite business. That's why it's so heavy in Daniel 7 talk about this fourth kingdom, man. Everything after the fourth kingdom was the Edomites. Starting with the Greek Empire, that third kingdom to the fourth kingdom to now is all Edomites business. It say the steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. His people, his allies, for he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. The gin shall take him by the heel. The gin is Yahushua. It says shall take him by the heel. That's Jacob and Esau from the womb. And the robber shall prevail against him, which is Yahushua. Right. Verse 11. Terrors shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. See? Terrors. What's going to drive him to his feet? The Lord using Edomites against Edomites, man. This is an Edomite battle. The Lord said it here in Ezekiel 28:7. Therefore, it said, behold, therefore will I bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations. See? And they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. They shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the depths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. So it's going to be the Russians to bring them down. They say their own sword shall enter to their heart in Psalms 37. Psalm 37:15. So, back in Revelations 13:2, it reads, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. The Greeks, the beginning rulership of the so-called white man, they said civilization started with them, but Alexander the Greek took 70, I think it was 70 scholars, 70 scholars of Greek and Hebrew scholars, and joined them together to translate the Bible from Hebrew, man. So how the hell civilization started with the Greeks? Huh? How? Anyway, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear. That's the Russians. And his mouth as the mouth of a lion, which goes into the Great Britain. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. Right? So it talks about, let me get this, where is it? Verse 11. And I beheld another beast come up out of the sea, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. So this is the revival of Roman Empire right here. The revival of Roman Empire. America. 2 horns, Democrats and the Republicans, which in the Roman Empire was the plebeians and the patricians. It say, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. This is America, Babylon the Great, man. So to show you, I want to get this too. When it said in Isaiah 19:2, right, about the verse 1 said the Lord he ride upon Egypt, the burden of Egypt. Yahweh ride upon a swift cloud, right? To destroy all the idols out of Egypt. Same thing happened in ancient Egypt, Exodus 12:12. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt, while I execute judgment. I am Yahweh. So the same thing right here in Isaiah 19 is being mentioned, but this is talking about the modern Egypt. Isaiah 19:1. The burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst thereof. Same thing you see right here in Exodus 12. Let's read again. Exodus 12:12. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and I will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt, I will execute judgment. I am Yahweh. Only thing different about this one, the Lord is going to preserve all the firstborn of the Edomites. Instead of destroying them like he did the Egyptians, he's going to preserve them. They get to go into the bunkers and wait to go into slavery. They get to wait. But yeah, I just wanted to show, according to the scriptures, man, the division that the Lord got in the midst of these Edomites, man. They divided. And it's a lot more articles, man. A lot more articles, man. These Edomites are not on the same page. Let's get a couple more of these. And I'm going to close. It's a, this here is heavy. It's a Israel, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Lebanon, Iran, Jordan, Bahrain, Qatar, and more highlights Cambodia's tourism strategy for 2025. Let's see here. Japan's Ishaba may turn to China after Trump snub, raising U.S. policy concerns. What? Hold on. What is this talking about? Because Japan, hey, and it's all prophecy too. Japan, they celebrate every year what America did to Hiroshima and Nagasaki, man. Ishiba's snub by Trump may push Japan towards China. How about that? Sparking concerns about U.S. influence. Come on, man. Japanese Prime Minister, repeated rebuffs by U.S. President-elect Donald Trump may drive him towards Beijing, analyst says, sparking concerns that closer Sino-Japanese ties may complicate Washington's Asia-Pacific policies. When Trump declined a request to meet the guy, Ishihara, in November, it was widely seen as a snub to the Japanese leader. Additionally, when Ishihara suggested visiting Trump at his Mar-a-Lago residence, this was also firmly rejected, with the president's-elect team citing the 1799 Logan Act for avoiding contact with foreign leaders before his inauguration on January the 20th. Critics of that explanation highlight Trump's recent meetings with leaders such as Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, French President Emmanuel Macron, and Ukraine's Vladimir Zelensky, as well as a private meeting with Prince William. While Ishihara has stayed silent on why he was rebuffed, Tokyo's official announced that the Prime Minister had turned down an offer of talks in the U.S. in late January and postponed his visit to late February, shifting his focus elsewhere. There it is, man. See, the Lord, let me read it. Let me just read it, man. Donald Trump threatens over Greenland and Ukraine could be a make or break test for NATO. Man, this is going down, man. Let me get this, man. Because the Lord, weaponized migration. U.S. faces deadly consequences with Maduro in power. Oh, man. This is beautiful. Turkey and Syria should be given chances to address Kurdish military presence. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Israel's defense industry set to reach a historic record in weapon sales. Yeah, all right. Anyway, let me get this precept. This is Isaiah 42 and 13. It reads, Yahweh shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yell, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself, because the Lord hid his face from the earth. And now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. There was a time when the Lord hid his face, man. And now, as Aesop said in Psalm 73, O Lord, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise that image. So now the so-called white man is being despised all over the earth. As I tell you in Obadiah, man, Psalm 73, he's been made, the Lord said he's going to make him bare. And now, as we make the point all the time, the so-called white man power when he was in secret. They don't have no more secret anymore, man. All the secrets of the so-called white man is out. So they don't got no more power, man. So they gonna have to come down with that sword, man. Because they done lost their power. But anyway, Trump may be the one to bring that sedition to America, man. Because he's dividing. Hey, what did they do to us? What did they do to the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians? Divide and conquer. What Yahweh Shema Shah is doing? He's dividing the so-called white man. Because as it said in Daniel 2, let's close with this again. Daniel 2 and 43. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, They shall mingle themselves with the seed of men. Talking about the Edomites. They're going to mingle themselves with the other 16 heathen nations. But they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with miry clay. See? So the Lord, hey, this is oil and water, man. Oil and water don't mix, man. And this is why I say in Revelation 17 and 16, because eventually this is going to happen. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, which is the EU nations. These shall hate the whore is America, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire, man. Oh, what's that? I was thinking about this too in Daniel 7. This shows you right here that the Edomites going to be destroyed, and the other 16 heathen nations get to go back into their lands. Daniel 7 and 11. I beheld then because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake. I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed, and given to the burning flame. The beast is the Edomites. It's an Edomite system, right? EU, NATO, and America. It's the Edomite system. Revelation 13, that beast. It reads, as concerning the rest of the beasts. Talking about these people, because the Lord, we all known in the Bible as beasts. And as concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and time. So to show you, it say, I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed and given to the burning flame. That's Obadiah 1 and 18. The Edomites going to be burnt up. As concerning the rest of the beasts, they had the dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and time. So other nations get to go back into their kingdoms, man. Go back into their lands, but they're going to be tributaries to the Israelites under Yahushua and King David forever, man. But the so-called white man will be destroyed, man. So to show you how he divided and conquered us, the Lord is dividing and conquering them, man. Call out Yahweh Shema Shah. Because when you read Psalms chapter 7, Psalms chapter 9, the Lord making a point how the so-called white man is going to be destroyed by his own. Oh, Job 20 and 23, right? Let me get this one. Is that Psalms 14? Or maybe Psalms 10. Let's see here. Or is it 11? Right. Psalms 11 and 6. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and in horrible tempest, this shall be the portion of their cup. Well, like I've been making a point a lot lately, the Lord gave this so-called white man, hey, the highest his wisdom went is to create missiles, to create the space station, to create bunkers, to make them think they get to escape from the Lord. But to tell you in Amos 9, there is no escaping. Okay? Also in Job 34, man. The Lord say they cannot be hid from him, man, even in the dark. So the Lord gave them technology. That's at Isaiah 54 and 16. He created the smith that blow up the coals in the fire, right? The so-called white man is the smith. The Lord gave him the power to create the atom bomb, test the atom bomb. Okay, now split it. Now you got nuclear capability. Now you got ICBMs. That's the highest in technology. That's why I say, is there no more wisdom in Teman? Nope, it's gone. The Lord removed it, man. The Lord advanced the so-called white man with his technology so he can create missiles and make their bunkers perfectly safe for captivity. You heard what I just said? Yahweh Shema Rashah gave the so-called white man their wisdom to create missiles and to create bunkers, perfectly safe bunkers. 100% perfectly guided intercontinental ballistic missiles to destroy their last empire. That's as far as their wisdom go. The Lord gave them rockets to go outside and observe the observable universe with $1 million telescopes. They get to look at the universe of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and the Israelites. And that's as far as it go. You can observe it, but you can never tap into it. That's how the so-called white man technology go, man. create rockets so they can fly back and look at the earth and be like, man, look at the beauty of Yahweh's work. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua work. That's far as it go, man. It's back to earth you go. Make your perfectly safe bunkers with all your air systems. You got AC in there, you got heat, you got everything you need, right, to ride out your captivity. Lord was edifying. Gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of great millstone who are well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all Israel, whether accepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all the arcing, pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, shed night to the hopeful elect. Shalom to our wealth who are listening learning. If you sisters will listen learning throughout tuning in, may Yahweh Shema Shah continue to bless you in your houses. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. And next time I say Shalom, well, I want to close with this. Because now in the world, since the Lord has awakened, the world is looking at the so-called white man as a liar. Proverbs 26 and 27. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. A lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it. And the whole earth hath been afflicted by the so-called white man lies. And a flattering mouth worketh ruin. A lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it. So now the so-called white man hate everybody because everybody was afflicted by his lies, and now everybody have woken. Yahweh Shema Shah has awakened everybody to the so-called white man's lies. Now it's a problem. They don't control the narrative anymore, man. They don't control truth, man. All they control is lies and the sword, man. And they lies ain't working no more. So all they got left is the sword, man. Shalom, wa abababo.